So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so we move to the next game in Western New York, of course, man. The Buffalo Bills host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who, like, in the beginning of the season, the first 4 weeks, if somebody told me that Pittsburgh was going to make it this far, I don't know. You know what I mean? That'll be the first thing that comes to mind. Like, I don't know. But there won't be no TJ Watts, and he's ruled out for the game. And in Buffalo's offense, man, I think Skip Davis is out. So, Solomon, talk to me,
Yeah,
man.
Gabe
We all
Davis
know
is out.
Steelers. Yeah, we all know Steelers are a very physical team, aggressive. You know what I mean? Well coached. I mean, I know by the numbers when you look at it, of course, Buffalo is a better team, but it's not going to be easy as everybody thought it's going to be, man.
No, it's not, and because of the weather too. Like they're not even sure if that game will be played on Sunday. They might move it to Monday. Who knows? And if the
Wait, time out. So if they don't move the Kansas City Chiefs game, why would I move the Buffalo Bills game?
well, because the Buffalo Bills game is the governor already declared state of emergency in the state,
Got you.
so
So
that's
tomorrow?
different. So
Well, that means we don't got to go to work on Sunday then.
All right.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Speaking of
It
the
does
speaking of the governor, he told the Pittsburgh Steelers to just
to
stay
stay
home.
home.
There's no need to come. That's a
Yeah.
She
lot of
said,
trash talking.
yeah,
Love it.
she said staying home because the thruway might gonna shut down. Guess what? If it's really shut down, you can't get to Buffalo, coming from Pittsburgh or wherever you're coming from. That's what earlier I was saying. I don't know if I have to leave tomorrow after work, spend the night there, because I don't want to risk trying to go Sunday morning and then through a shut down or what, or the snow's not cleared. We heard the bills are paying $20 an hour. Yo, Ross, you're available $20 an hour to go clear the snow.
I got a shovel for you, bro.
You know what? I might take you up on that offer just so I can watch Pittsburgh come in and kick your ass.
No,
Just so I
no.
can make sure it happens.
Listen, you're not getting a ticket. You're just gonna shower the snow and get out.
That's fine. To make it easier for Pittsburgh to come in and whoop your ass, I'll do whatever it takes.
All right. Anyways, but if this game was played in perfect conditions, like you say, this game would be a blowout. Steelers have no shot, but because of the conditions, I don't know, almost 2 foot of snow. You gotta run the ball. You can't 40-hour winds. There's no way you're gonna throw the ball. The special teams will play a very important role in this game. You gotta know how to punt and you gotta know how to catch. So because of those different things that are so unpredictable, you just can't say Steelers are out of this game. You know why? It's just one wrong bounce, or they get a pick, they get 6, 7 points, and then you gotta play from behind. If you can't throw the ball, so I'm a little nervous. I think the Bills are a better team, like you said, and I think they're gonna win. I mean, we only missing Gabe Davis, who he didn't do too much last week because Khalil Shakira and Kincaid and all the young studs have been stepping up. That's all we need, man. They're playing so well. And Josh Allen, hopefully because of the wind, Joe Brady will make sure he doesn't throw the ball 20, 30 times. In that way, gonna minimize his his interceptions. Hopefully, he doesn't throw any, or if he does, only just
And you
one.
know he's good for one per game.
I know. I tell most of that. I
He's
tell
good
almost
for
every
one
single
per game. He's
It
gonna
might
play.
it might be a fumble.
Right.
one.
One per game. He's
Well,
good for one.
one thing about Josh Allen, I don't have the stats, but I can tell you, in his whole career in the playoffs, he's only thrown 4 picks with like almost 20 touchdowns. So in the playoffs, he's always played so well. It's a regular season where he throws those picks. Now I don't know what will happen on Sunday, but I think this year the Bills can run the ball better than they have done the past years. So let's say the past years, like when we played New England in that crazy playoff game where Mike Jones only threw for 1 pass and they still beat us. Remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen was trying to throw the ball in the wind. It just didn't work. And the reason why we never had a running game, so we had to throw the ball. Now we are well balanced. Now we can run the ball and do all kind of crazy stuff. So I'm still picking the Bills to win that game, but it won't be a blowout or easy. But I still think the Bills just a better team.
Talk to me, Andrew. Who you got in this game between the Bills and the Steelers?
I mean, Bills should win. Like
Speak speak
Solomon
from
was
your heart
saying,
now. Speak
huh?
from your heart. Speak from your heart, not your mind.
Listen, in a perfect world, I hope the Bills lose.
Hopefully.
There
But
we go.
but-
That's what he was waiting for.
Look at Russ. He agreeing too.
Love it. Speak from
But-
your heart, man.
people might call me a hater, all that, but I'm also a realist. Buffalo is just a better team, point blank. Now, if
Right.
it was better conditions, I believe Buffalo wins this game by 2+ touchdowns. But given the weather, who knows what it's going to be like during the game?
Right.
They might drop, 6-8 inches of snow. Who knows? And I feel like I'm not going to say it favors Pittsburgh in the game, but it favors them to have a better chance to win the game.
True.
I perfect conditions, I would have gave Buffalo a 90% chance to win. Given that 10% would just be, stupid turnovers, calls, stuff like that. But now it's like I still give the Bills 70% chance to win. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit for the Steelers, but I mean, Steelers defensively, they're solid. They're not bad. They're not great.
But know what? What is the engine for that defense?
Yeah, absolutely. But the only thing that would favor Pittsburgh is they know how to run the ball, and in this
Punch,
type of
yeah,
weather, that's what you can do best. So if they can run the ball, and Bills have been known to not be able to stop the ball sometimes, at times, and that as a Bills fan, that would give me pause to cause is if we can't stop the run, and what if they have an 8-minute drive and then the Bills come out, what if they have a 3-and-out, they punt the ball and Steelers go on another 6-7 minutes and score a touchdown? Then you got to start passing the ball, or do you stick to your run game? Like things like that in playoff games can really just throw a wrench right in your game plan.
You're right.
But
You're right.
I still think Buffalo wins. That will set up Chiefs at Buffalo next week.
That would be a great matchup. Talk to me, Rossi. Who you
that
got
would be
between the
excellent.
Steelers and the Bills?
Speak from your heart.
Yeah, wait.
Ross, you hear that?
Yeah, wait. Rossi gotta make sure that he be careful now, because probably wife is around.
Oh,
She's
why
a
you think
Bill fan.
I keep looking?
That's why you keep looking at you looking over the shoulder, like hopefully I don't see no pens coming at me.
All right, man. I always want Buffalo to lose. We should start with that. Always. But how Pittsburgh got in, we don't know.
Right.
Like it's still mind-boggling to me that they won 10 games this season. Like I couldn't tell you how they got in, but I do have to agree with what you said. If it comes down to weather and running the ball, Buffalo should be worried. Because one thing Pittsburgh got going on for them is that two-headed running back with Harris and Warren. So if it comes down to weather and running the ball, Buffalo should be worried. But I don't see Buffalo shouldn't struggle at all. I think Buffalo should have a decisive win, just because they're just overall the better team. Right. But would it make my heart extremely happy if Buffalo lost? Yes.
Thank you for the honesty.
I will be the happiest man.
Great take. Great take.
Just because I can call Solo and be like, "Yo, what happened?"
Man, I can't even believe you right now.
I just said you guys should win.
Yeah. It's funny that you're surprised about what he said, though, man.
Right.
I'm not surprised, but with your wife there who likes the Bills,
it's funny because I was telling her yesterday, I'm like, I feel like the only reason why I truly hate the Bills is because of her.
This dope, man. What's wrong with you, man?
She might be the reason why. So if you're gonna blame anybody, you should probably start blaming my wife.
They took them vows, man, for better or for worse.
Man,
so there we go.
They ain't say nothing about Buffalo Bills in them vows.
Hey. Yo, man, Ross, I got a question though. Did she know you were Denver Broncos before she got with you?
Oh, 100%. When we won the Super, so you should have relate to what I'm about to say.
At that point, when
he said, wait, what did you just say? He can't relate to what she's about to say?
Yeah, because
this guy.
when we won the Super Bowl, in 2016, my wife was there celebrating with me.
You
We
know
lost our
what?
voice together because that's
You know
how
why?
happy we were.
Because she's loyal.
Huh?
Unlike you.
Or she's experienced winning for the first time. I mean,
You telling me if the Bills win this Super Bowl and she
Mm.
wants to go to the parade, you wouldn't take her?
I would drop her off.
Yo, man, you got issues, man.
I'll take her there. I'm not staying for it. I'll take her there.
Hey, I'll be back. Okay, call me when you're done.
Yo.
Yo, man.
Me at the end.
Yo,
Man,
yeah,
shame
but
on
I'll
you,
be
man.
like, honestly, like I agree with everything you guys say. And I mean, the only way Pittsburgh had a chance to win this game if it's miracles happens, not because of. I mean, like Buffalo is the better team, and plus Buffalo. I mean, don't get me wrong. Steelers, I should have won the last 3 games, and I think Mason Rudolph.
No.
Yeah,
The last game, there was they were given the last game.
that was given. They won it though.
I mean,
No,
Baltimore sat down.
Baltimore didn't play anybody.
Baltimore set everybody basically.
You're right.
Okay, they won the last 3 games.
That's not their
What
fault.
Right.
It's not their fault, but
No, that's true. That's true.
in a different scenario, they would have won 9 games and not make the playoffs.
That's
Let's say Kansas City had the best record and Baltimore had to win that game. The Steelers wouldn't be in the playoffs right now. I know they won the game, but it's not like they won
the
10
NFL's
games.
fault. That's the NFL's fault because years ago they were like we want to make the last game of the season meaningful. So that's why every team plays somebody in their division, just in case. So that's it. Blame the NFL.
I mean, the idea was meant. It was a good idea, but he's just been messing up things.
Yeah,
they won the game.
Yeah, they did.
So they won 3 in a row. I think that should be a momentum going in. But I still
Good
pick
question.
Buffalo.
Good question for the group. Do you think Mike Tomlin should leave and go to a different team, or you think he's okay where he's at?
Wow, let me answer that first, actually, because I hate Steelers fans complaining. Because of the Baltimore Ravens resting their players, Mark Tomlin, they just did enough to make the playoffs. So for all those Steelers fans that don't like him, they can't justify getting rid of him. He just made the playoffs. They're not a good team. They are like mid-team, but because he keep winning double-digit games every season and never having a losing record, they are stuck with him. They're not going to fire him because he made the playoff. So you're just kind of stuck in the middle. You can't win the Super Bowl, but you're not the worst team, so you're just stuck in the middle. So he's not getting fired. Only because he can say, I won 10 games. Every year I have a winning record.
I didn't mean fire. I meant like just how like the Patriots were okay with parting ways with Bill Belichick. Do you think
I don't see
that type of conversation needs to happen? Just because, I mean, granted, he wins games during a regular season, but he only has one Super Bowl to show for.
The rule is the rule is have 3 head coaches since the 70s. 3 head coaches, that's it. So they don't get rid of coaches.
But if we do decide to leave, man, I mean, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia is not that far, so this is a good bus stop. You can catch a bus down there, So
you want him in Philly?
Why not? It's Mike Tomlin.
You would think his team is not in the playoffs. Sheesh.
Oh, man,
it's crazy how quick Philly fans turn on their coaches. You got Peterson winning a Super Bowl. He's out quicker than I think he got fired before the Super Bowl parade in Philly. That's how quick it seemed like he turned. And now we got Sirianni, who I don't like, but that's nonetheless. You have you got a young coach who showed promise and got this team going last year, and now one bad year we're done with you.
You see the crazy thing. The crazy thing is that when winning is the aim, right? And when that's all that matters, in some franchise now, like some people in Western New York, which you saved their life.
You say that every week. You told me the same thing. Oh, Philly's not Buffalo. We're gonna get rid of him.
Of course, because it's about winning.
Why you gotta use Buffalo though?
I mean, because you basically the other person that sit here haven't won a Super Bowl. So
wow. You know what? I can't wait for us to win a Super Bowl.
I wouldn't. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
yeah, but let's move on to the next
finish your
game. Let's
point,
move
man.
on to the next game.